We outside living proof. Prophesying this place up in smoke like that nigga Snoop. Same crackers had you in slavery telling you get a noose. We got them same crackers coming bowing down, kissing boots, licking dust. Come get with us and you get this truth. Don't ask why I don't go to church. Ask Dylan Roof.
You got any other questions, my brother?
Yeah, I want your take on like Catholicism, Divination and Mary. Divination and Mary. Love the Catholic Church.
The definition?
No. Like, what's your take on that? Like, because how they like divination.
They use divination? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I don't know how they do it, but like they say like that Mary's like without sin and that like all that stuff.
She's like eternally a virgin or something like that.
I see what you're saying.
I'm asking what you.
That's doctrine.
That's
somebody just teaches that. That's not true.
Yeah, the Bible speaks nothing about her like being like, you know what I mean, now have sin after or whatever, you know what I mean? In fact,
well, we say that. I mean, we can speculate that, sure. But there's nothing in the Bible that says it. So am I going to just add to the word?
Exactly.
No, I'm not going to add to the word.
The Bible's silent on that.
Of course, we can privately interpret things, but this Bible says not to do that either. The Bible is it's not a private interpretation. So can we just say, hey, it doesn't say that, so it's okay, or that's the word? Sure, but am I going to just say that? That's what I believe that. Well, can you prove it? It doesn't say either or. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm not going to touch on that.
I got another question.
Yeah, so the Bible's silent on that. Hold your question. I'm gonna give you one verse on this, right? Because this is when the worship of Jesus' mother, it plagues our people. That's detrimental, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because people actually kneel down to an idol and worship it. You know what I mean? Praying. You know what I mean? Ave Maria, San Madre de Dios. That's a prayer directly to her, and God hates idolatry. You know what I'm saying? Watch this.
This is Luke 11:27. And it came to pass as he spake these things.
So after Christ was teaching the multitude, or he was going into a parable, right? Yeah. And then after that, right? Watch this. Read.
A certain woman of the company lifted up her voice and said unto him.
One woman in that crowd, she lifted up her voice and said, "What?
Blessed is the womb that bare thee."
He said, "Blessed is the womb that bare thee." Read.
And the paps which thou hast sucked.
And the breast that nourished you. Watch how Christ responds.
But he said, "Yeah, rather, blessed are they that hear the word of God and keep it."
No, rather blessed are those that what?
That hear the word of God.
That hear the word of God
and keep it.
And keep the word of God. Right? So that pretty much cancels out the worship of Jesus' mother. Because Christ said what? He said, no, when the woman said, bless your mother, bless that woman that nourished you, that you were born from. He responded, no. Blessed are those that keep God's laws and does them. Your other question?
What do you guys do like during like those whole like presidential like elections?
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
There's a law on that.
There's a law of God on that, actually. Deuteronomy 17.
This is Deuteronomy 17 and 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him a king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. We don't vote for other nations. We
don't vote. No, especially yeah. For like God tells us that we're not to seek a ruler of another people. We are not to make another person that's not of the children of Israel our king or our ruler. And that's pretty much what elections are. And even voting for a person that's of our people, I would say you're still participating in this beast system. The beast system, because this is the beast system, you know what I'm saying, that Revelation speaks about. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So, in James 4:4 tells us, him that is a friend of the world is an enemy of God. You know what I'm saying? So, we're not of this kingdom. We understand that our kingdom in the world that's to come is for us. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're not politically inclined to any party, because either both sides has degraded our people, has been prejudiced against our people, hated our people, you know what I'm saying? So no, yeah, both sides got to go, you know what I mean? Yeah, Democrat, Republican,
Yeah, that would basically insinuate that we're in agreement with them.
Yeah.
Oh, they can do this for what? Oh, wow, they can do that for us? No.
No.
We don't care about what you got going on. We want Christ to come back
Yes.
and rule. We don't, like, you're in charge of what? No. You don't believe in God. If they believe, first of all, the whole idea of democracy came from the ancient Romans, ancient Greece and Rome, who had the Israelites in captivity back then.
Right.
Nothing different today. There's nothing new under the sun. So guess what? Why would I look at you, even if there's a black, like Obama, they say Obama is black. No, he's from Kenya. He's not African American. His ancestors didn't get put on slave ships.
And he goes back
You
to
can
a
look
white
at,
man,
yeah,
too.
his grandfather's white actually, so that's another topic. But just looking at Obama, oh, vote for Obama, he's black. No, that was a ploy. Guess what happened under Obama? More deportations, more bombings overseas. The most bombings
The most
ever.
drone strikes
Yeah,
went
the
up
most
to like
drone strikes ever
100
in history.
Yeah, like 170% went up. 170%. So I forget, it was
He
over
passed all
100.
the LGBT laws that's
Yeah.
against God. Like, why would I? Like, what? What are you doing?
He did mass deportations of our people too. You know what I'm saying? And they try to play in our face again today. I mean, this go around
Kamala, yeah.
with Kamala Harris. You know what I'm saying? She's another one. You know what I mean? She descends from both sides, mother and father, from slave owners. You know what I'm saying? She does have a little Indian in her through her mother. You know what I mean?
Her grandfather is what, a Jewish man. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
They don't say that.
yeah.
But her great grandfather's Jewish.
Father's house?
And like we said earlier, it all ties into the whole conversation from before. Who sponsored the slave trade? Jewish people. Who owned slaves? More Europeans. Her family is slave owners in Jamaica. They own black slaves. She looks black, but guess what? She's not black. It's crazy.
And mind you, and when she was a district attorney for out here, like how old are you? 18. Wow, this is a while back. Like, she was a district attorney out here in Alameda County. She locked up hella black and brown people, bro. Right? Locked up our people at mass scales. Then she shoots out to San Francisco and becomes assistant. No, she was assistant DA out here, and she became the district attorney in San Francisco. The way she became a district attorney out there, that she was literally like in bed with Willie Brown, an old mayor out there, who really didn't do nothing for our people either. He was another black dude. He did a couple things. You know what I'm saying? He was just a black face there. You know what I mean? And she became the main district attorney in San Francisco. Guess what? I personally know of 2 cases that she withheld evidence, and they're still in prison right now. Aside from the man that she had on death row, that she withheld evidence. You know what I'm saying? So I know personally of 2 ones. The one that I deeply know that was my partner, that he came back and lost his appeal. You know what I mean? And he's still doing a life sentence. And she withheld evidence, man. You know what I mean? So these people literally was playing in our faces. Like, here, another black face up there. You know what I mean? But our people shouldn't be worried about that. We should be worried and wanting Christ to come back and give us our justice on this earth, man, because we deserve it. You know what I mean? We deserve justice as our people, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that we deserve to be saved. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying as a people, we deserve justice, man. You know what I mean? And there's not going to be no justice on earth until the Son of God is on earth. You know what I mean?
I got to present this. Lamentations 4:17. As for us, our eyes has yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near, our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. Our persecutors are swifter than the eagles of the heaven. They pursued us upon the mountains. They laid wait for us in the wilderness. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Lord, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen. Then it goes into a different context. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom. That's that Edomite again, the Esau.
The Edomites.
Who are the Edomites today?
I don't know.
The Europeans. They're Edomites. So we can prove that in a second. That dwells in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. What's the cup?
What cup?
The cup of judgment.
Yeah, God's wrath. I don't.
Let me
that
finish this
means-
real quick. Thou shalt be drunken, and thou shalt make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins. Meaning what? We're in captivity to the Edomites right now. This is our last captivity in America, which is Babylon. This is spiritual Babylon. You believe that?
I don't know much about
Yeah,
Babylon.
okay, that's a different topic, but we believe America is Babylon, the daughter, it said in Revelation 18, the whore, the daughter of, what does it say? Revelation, let me get that real quick. I don't want to misquote it. Revelation 18, or is it 17? Yeah. And upon her name, or upon her forehead was written, Mystery Babylon, the great, the mother of harlots and abomination of the earth. Everything is under America globally, right? Through what? Their military power. They have the most military power. They get to go to different countries and bomb them. Nothing happens to America, right? So guess what's going to happen? The grand finale is going to happen to America. Russia, China, North Korea, Iran. Guess where they point nukes at? America. That's how it's going to be destroyed. That's the lake of fire. This is going to be a lake of fire.
That's right.
That's prophecy. Now, of course, we can get into that, but I think you got another question.
Yeah. So you said that the Edomites like won't be saved.
They're going to be destroyed.
But what
Obadiah.
if like an Edomite is like
Obadiah.
a follower of Christ?
That goes against prophecy.
That what?
If he said if an Edomite's a follower of Christ, that goes against prophecy.
Yeah.
God already pronounced judgment on all nations. It doesn't matter what they do. They have to. The prophecy has to come to pass. God doesn't give a word that comes back void, right?
Yeah.
That says in the Bible. God is not going to give a word that comes back void. So guess what? If we had to go through our judgment, us being in America is still a judgment. So guess what?
Wait, so you're saying they'll still go through their judgments, but like what after that? Like they won't.
They're going to be under us. Under the Israelites.
Oh, you're saying they're gonna be regenerated,
Yeah.
and then they'll be.
Except for the Edomites. The Edomites are going to be regenerated up to a certain point. Because you know about the 1,000-year reign, right?
Yeah.
So up to 1,000 years, all nations are going to be regenerating. Our kingdom's going to be built within that time span. The Israelites are going to be populating the earth. Every nation is going to be regenerated. Then after 1,000 years, the Edomites are going to be cut off. I'm going to read it right now.
You got it.
Okay, go ahead.
It was Obadiah 1 and 18. And the house of Joseph of Salakia, and the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble.
In the house of Esau for stubble. Esau is the Edomites. Read.
And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord hath spoken it.
God has spoken it already, right? So if that doesn't happen, that means Obadiah is a false prophet, and God forbid that he was a false prophet. You know what I'm saying? He definitely wasn't a false prophet. He's literally a prophet that God gave the Holy Spirit to prophesy this. You know what I mean? And
I got another.
Yeah.
What you about to get?
I hold this one
What's that?
about the cup trembling.
Yeah, you can read that real quick. I got to say something.
Look, Isaiah 51 and 17. Watch what it says. Awake, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem. It's talking about the children of Judah and the children of Israel, right? Because they were a people before a place. You know what I'm saying? So he says, awake, stand up, O Jerusalem, which has drank at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury. There goes that drinking of the cup, right? Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out. There is none to guide her among all the sons whom she hath brought forth, neither is there any that had taken her by the hand, and all the sons that she had brought up, right? And
It says that in multiple places.
Yeah.
Jeremiah, Isaiah.
I was looking for that. It was
I
saying,
think it's in Jeremiah.
you know, since we drank the cup, they had to drink the cup.
Yeah.
I think that is Jeremiah, right?
Is it? It's in 51, right? Yeah, I think it's. Let me just double check.
You know what I mean? The cup is gonna be.
Oh yeah,
passed on to
Jeremiah
them.
49 and
Yeah, that's when all Babylon. Yeah, you're right.
yeah, Jeremiah 49 and
Church
12.
of Babylon.
For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup have assuredly drunken. Talking about us. God brought us out of the wilderness, gave us the laws. Hey, if you do this, you're gonna be above everybody. If not, you're gonna be punished. So guess what? The Israelites were punished all the way back then up until now. 4,000 years later, guess what? We weren't supposed to drink it, but we did drink it. So guess what it's gonna say next? And art thou he that shall go altogether unpunished? Thou shalt not go unpunished. It's talking about another nation here. But thou shalt surely drink it. For I have sworn by myself, saith the Lord, that Basra is where? The capital of Edom, the country. But of course it's talking about wherever the people are at. It's not talking about the literal land of Basra, because that doesn't make sense. Shall become a desolation, a reproach, a waste, and a curse, and all the cities thereof shall be perpetual waste. And that's basically the context. But it's going to go into a whole different context right now. But it's all talking about Edom the whole time. Let me see if I want to read this. Let me skip to verse 17. Also Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof. This is how it's going to be destroyed. This is how you know it's going to be thermonuclear fire. As in the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, and the neighbor cities thereof, saith the Lord, no man shall abide there, neither shall a son of man dwell in it. Meaning what? It's going to be destroyed just how Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. How was Sodom and Gomorrah destroyed? Fire from heaven. Yeah. He dropped fire from heaven. And that's a biblical place. You know that's over there by Israel. I know an elder that went over there, Elder Mathathua went over there, and he saw the salt pillars. Like it's like 98% sulfur. Yep. That's the only place on earth that's 98% sulfur when they test it.
And you can look at it. You can look at the walls and the rocks. And you can see like it was melted and stuff, and you see pieces of sulfur still there. And that in that place where Sodom and Gomorrah was, like you said, it's the purest sulfur on the earth, like 90-something%. Bro. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I've seen something like that. They had like these white like balls that.
Yeah, that's
it. It's still flammable too.
Yeah,
super flammable.
Yeah, it's still flammable.
And that came from heaven, man. There's literally proof. And this is what I don't understand. People that says that this book is fiction book, they're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Or they refuse to come to the grips that this is a real book. Even archaeologists, when they study the Near East, they go to the Bible, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got another one. Isaiah 63. You've read Isaiah 63?
I've heard. Yeah, I think so. I forget.
Let's read it. Let's talk about Edom again. Let's see. This is talking about Christ too. Future prophecy of Christ. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Who's mighty to save? The world calls Christ. Wherefore art thou red in thy apparel? Why is your garments red? And thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat, like you were stomping grapes. Why does it look like that? Why is it red? It's going to explain. I have trodden the winepress alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger, and trample them in my fury, and their blood shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain on my raiment. Guess what? For the day of vengeance is in my heart. Christ is in the heavens, waiting to be sent to destroy things. He's not coming back with hugs and kisses. You know what I mean? For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. And I looked, and there was none to help, and I wondered that there was none to uphold. Therefore mine own arm brought salvation unto me, and my fury it upheld me. And I will tread down the people in mine anger, and
tread down the people of his anger. Let's put a pin in that.
And make them drunk in my fury. So that's where the cup comes in. And I will bring down their strength to the earth. That's talking about the Edomites.
And so the people of his anger, right? Give me that.
And we know he didn't do that when he came the first time.
Yeah, so
I mean, he's going to come back and do it because he's a lamb first, shedding his blood, come back as a lion.
As a conquering lion, like Revelation says. Now remember, it said the people of his hatred, right? Or of his anger. Watch this.
This is Malachi 1. Verse 2, it says, I have loved you, saith the Lord, yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us?
He's saying, I have loved you to the children of Israel. But you know the children of Israel are rebellious. It responds, when have you loved us? Right? Read.
Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord?
Now the Lord says, wasn't Esau Jacob's brother? Right? Read.
Yet I loved Jacob.
But I loved your father Jacob. Read.
And I hated Esau.
And I hated Esau. Read.
And laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith.
Now he's talking about the descendants of Esau, because Esau is the forefather, just like Jacob's the forefather of Israel, right? Got his name changed to Israel. Esau, name changed to Edom, right? Now he's talking about the descendants of his. Read.
Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished.
So he's talking about the descendants of Esau. Read.
but we will return and build the desolate
This is
places.
the pride of them, right? He said God destroyed and laid our heritage to waste, but we're going to rebuild. That's literally the white man's attitude. You know what I'm saying? They think they can fight God. Read.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Remember, he's saying God's anger, right? And indignation is a righteous anger. So the people that God's indignation upon them are the children of Edom, man. You know what I mean? Of Esau, who are the Edomites, right? So
Who are the white men?
So who are the white men or the Europeans today? You know what I'm saying? Now they're pretty much in a lot of nations too, like the Turks, like the Turkey. Those are Edomites.
Saudi royalty.
The Saudi royalty. We just found out that they're literally.
We knew that, but we
No,
didn't have.
remember
the proof.
I was talking about
Yeah,
it.
we didn't have the proof yet, but I seen him in an article like 2 days ago. I'm like, bro, they just released it, bro. Because we already knew, like, man, they gotta be Edomites.
We were
bro.
talking about it.
Yeah,
Remember,
we
I'm
were
like,
talking
dude,
about
I think
this.
those are they're Amalek. Amalek were pretty much just the ancient lineage of the so-called Jewish people. So we came to find out that the royal family in Saudi Arabia descend from the Edomites, even the worst line of the Edomites, Amalek, who are the so-called Jewish people today. So they're in a lot of nations, man. You know what I mean? They did that with the Greeks back in the days too. You know what I'm saying? With Philip, Macedon, you know what I mean, took over Greece. Come on, they've always done this. You know what I'm saying? And to the point that they've ruled the world. And who rules the world today? If you want to say that the white man aren't the ones ruling the world, you're lying to yourself. They're literally rulers of this earth, man. And the ones that are pulling their string behind them are Amalek, the Jewish people, the chief of the nations, right?
The Bible says.
Any other question?
You'll never learn this in church.
Absolutely not.
Jesus.
You'll be just dancing.
No, that's
And,
not how my church is.
oh, all praises, man. At least that. What church do you go to?
I live in LA.
Yeah.
Oh, you visited?
Huh?
You
up
visited
here
out
for his
here?
father, you said?
I'm sorry, what?
Well, you're up here for your father, you said? Or?
No, for college.
Oh, you go to Cal.
Okay.
Oh, so you are local technically, but you from
Well,
there.
yeah, I live right here in the dorms, but I live in
Okay,
LA.
that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
good. Either way, like I said, you'll never learn this anywhere else, bro. They're not gonna dive into the history, the prophecy.
No.
They're not gonna do this in your church. Right. You got a flyer already? Like the YouTube page, there's all type of videos. Now, of course, somebody like a regular Christian, like, oh, God loves everybody. You're not really fighting that because obviously you're trying to learn because you've never heard this before, which is great. And that's what.
Proverbs, wise person seeks wisdom, foolish despite it.
All
Yeah.
praises.
And I was gonna go eat food right now, but then I remember the verse. It was like, "Man shall not live by bread alone, but by the word of God."
By the
right.
word of God.
And that
That's
includes the law, right?
Yeah.
Do you keep the law?
Well, I will now.
all praises,
That's
man.
right, that's right.
Call on Yahweh,
Because,
man.
like, if you think about it, like, let's do this like hypothetical where what you guys are saying isn't true. It's just like it doesn't hurt me to like still like, cause like I don't gain anything out of eating like pork or like it's like sure it tastes good, but like I don't gain anything out of it. But I don't lose anything by
Not eating it,
not
right?
eating it. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just know.
It's actually a
It's-
sick animal. Like,
Yeah.
like I said, even if we take the Bible out of it, bro,
It's a
like
benefit.
it's
not
literally
eating
like
it.
pork is like the filthiest animal you can ever. That's why you're not allowed to touch it. Like we can touch shrimp. Like a shrimp falls out of the sky, or somebody just throws me like a handful of shrimp.
And they're alive.
They say we can't touch it,
Yeah.
even though it's an abomination. Pork we can't even touch.
A dead pig we can't touch.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dead pig, a live pig we can have. Of course,
Yeah,
that's
you
not
can touch
abominable. Once it dies, hey, somebody else
over
gotta
with.
grab that, dig that up, put it. You know what I mean? That's what the law says. You know what I mean? There's all type of more laws than that. There's a lot more laws you can, hearken to, but.
What would you say are other like laws that like modern day Christians like they think it's fine, but like but it's
Because Christ said it, praying in public.
No, he's saying what laws
Praying
that
in
the
public. I mean, we're
These
talking about
laws,
Well,
you said-
we can. That is true, but praying in public, like Christ says, you're a hypocrite if you pray in public.
all like the Pharisees when
Yeah, exactly. Like you have your reward, but we're talking about just Levitical laws, like.
like what do you about those?
A lot of Christians
What do you
just
about Christians that get tattoos and they're like, oh, that
Oh
was-
no, that's you're in sin. You're not
what?
allowed to get tattoos. You're not allowed to get tattoos.
Oh no.
like other nations, like honestly, they can do what they want to do. Like we're not here to teach them. Like of course, if they come up, we can tell them about the Bible, and we debate all the time. Like it's not a problem. But if we have a simple dialogue like this, of course, we're gonna trade information and see where they're at with it. You know what I mean? Maybe they can teach us something, we can learn something. It's not a problem. Like of course, we're not the end all be all for the Bible. Like if somebody comes with a new interpretation or another understanding,
we analyze it.
Yeah, we can sit on it, pray on it. Damn, like let me go back and study that. You know what I mean? We're not prideful like that. We're not the dictators of the Bible, even though the Bible does say God reveals the secrets to the prophets. And we believe where the prophets coming back, like the regeneration aspect, we believe that's us. Now, do we know
which ones?
Who we are? No. We don't. It says there's no remembrance of former things. So even though we get regenerated, we don't remember our past lives. It says that in the Bible. But one of the major laws that Christians don't hearken to, the dietary law is the biggest one. Huh?
Drinking.
It's fine. Don't get drunk. Yeah, don't get drunk, but it's not a sin to drink.
But you don't. So it's not like where I'm just saying like, oh, you can only drink like wine.
No.
It doesn't really say that. Like I'm saying, like we spoke about, if there's on certain topics is the Bible silent on, we can't add on to it. You know what I'm saying?
What about smoking?
Smoking? Absolutely, you should not do that. That's just, I would say that's sinful. You know what I mean? Like you smoking weed? You smoke weed?
No, I don't smoke.
No tobacco, nothing? Good, all praises.
Yeah, we read that earlier in Genesis about the seeds.
Plants with the
Marijuana
seeds?
comes from seed, right?
I don't know.
It does.
It does?
That's how you grow. You put a seed in the ground, it grows. It's fine. But once you light it up, that's when it comes. That's when, like, even outside of it being a sin, like, it's basically like you're enhancing the carcinogens in it. You know what a carcinogen is?
Yeah.
It's like it's not good. Smoke doesn't belong in your lungs.
Yeah.
That's just plain. So guess what? You putting fire to something, you're enhancing, you're basically killing the medicinal properties of it.
Mm-hmm. You're destroying it.
Yeah, and guess what? The article we brought out a while ago, marijuana does what to young men from 18 to 25? It causes schizophrenia and psychosis in young men. That's today's weed. Of course, outdoor, you don't really put chemicals in it, you know what I mean? Whatever. But that's smoking it still. But of course, if you just use it medicinally, eat it, topically, drink it, whatever. Edibles are okay. But smoking it, once you smoke it, you're putting the carcinogens in your body, and it's not healthy for you. That's where it gets like, don't do that. We would say don't do that.
Yeah, because we believe the Creator made these plants for medicinal purposes. If you got that in Sirach, if you can pull that up in Sirach for me, all the plants come from the earth or medicine. So the Creator made these plants for a certain reason, like he just touched on. Like that plant is medicinal. You know what I mean? But I would say that the marijuana plants that we have today are actually a mutant of the old plant that the Creator gave us. Right?
They're enhanced.
They're super enhanced because there are two main chemicals, which is THC and CBD in the plant, right? Through cross pollination, through what's called human interventions, we make, you know what I mean? We pick certain plants to raise the THC levels to the highest points. But while you do that, you drop the CBD levels. The CBD helps you heal.
Yeah, the CBD.
You know what I'm saying? It's really it's medicinal. You know what I'm saying? But there's other plants. See, if it was a natural plant, like back in the days before we did anything to it, it's probably like 50-50 maybe. You know what I'm saying? 50 THC, 50. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? But we do know for sure. Once the THC levels go up, the CBD levels in the plant goes down. They're there for a purpose. They're a plant. They're a medicine. You can eat it, make a tea if you're hurting or whatever. You know what I'm saying? There's other plants like that, like the tobacco plant. People abuse to smoke it, but it's really a diuretic. You know what I'm saying? It's for your digestion. You know what I'm saying? You used to be able to make tea. People smoke the plant. You know what I mean? The coca plant. People make cocaine out of it. But our brothers down in Peru, right? Even our Inca brothers, they live high up in the mountains. Barely no plants grow up there. You know what I'm saying? But the Creator gave them that on that part of the earth with the coca leaves. They can chew it, and it helps with apoxia, which is elevation sickness, and also due to their diet, because nothing barely grows up in those mountains. It helps them
suppress their appetite.
It suppresses their appetite, and also that plant gives them all the vitamin B's, vitamin B1 all the way to B12 that their diet is lacking because they can't barely grow nothing up there. You know what I'm saying? So the Creator's perfect, man. You know what I mean? He makes these plants for our purposes, right?
Powerful.
You got that, Sirach?
I got one about the drinking aspect. You
All
talk
right.
about wine only, but let me read this real
Oh,
quick. It's Proverbs 31:6. Give strong drink unto him that is ready to perish, and wine unto those that be of a heavy heart. So strong drink is what? Liquor. Wine is, wine is less alcoholic, But guess what? It says give both to people. So it's not a sin to drink strong drink, but of course, it's not smart to get drunk. People get drunk. That's why they call it spirits. You lose yourself and just fly off the limb. You know what I mean? But
yeah, you
we
can.
don't necessarily have a problem with drinking unless you just
Yeah,
lose yourself in it. You know what I mean?
yeah, it might lead into sinful activities later. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean. We advise our people not to be like that. You know what I'm saying? Now, going back to the plants, you got that to the medicines. Read.
Yeah. This is Sirach 38 and 4. The Lord had created medicines out of the earth,
The Lord created medicines out of the earth. All these plants. Read.
and he that is wise will not abhor them.
Him that is wise will not abhor them. They're there for a purpose, man. If you have wisdom about these certain plants, herbalists and stuff, yeah, man. The Creator made these plants for a purpose, you know what I'm saying? Not for us to abuse them. Like the opium plant. The opium plant, that's literally an actual plant that helps with pain, you know what I'm saying? But us humans, you know what I'm saying? We want
Turns it
to
into
super,
damn,
yes, heroin,
Schedule II drugs.
straight,
Oxycontin and oxycodone.
yeah, we want
All this other stuff.
we want,
Tylenol 3, like.
yeah, we want to, we being the wicked, get it to the point that they want the DA to knock on your motherfucking door, like, you know what I mean, opium, and, well, opium is not a problem, you know what I'm saying, because that's the actual, what's it called, that comes out of the plant, you know what I mean, and then you can make medicine out of that. But I'm saying Schedule II narcotics like heroin and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, like.
And that's what they put in pharmacy. I used to work in the pharmacy. Go to the pharmacy and get a prescription. You're gonna get a million side effects. Why? Because it's man-made. And what's that? What's the pharmacy symbol? What's your name? You said Thomas. What's the symbol of the pharmacy?
It's like
The cauldron.
it's
You know,
like
the
that
code,
snake,
yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, that's kind of like that comes from an ancient thing too.
No,
But
which
the snake with
The
staff,
Sadducees,
like the
it's called the Sadducees, assumption.
Yeah, I'm talking about the cauldron though. You know, like how people talk about a witch pot with the big ass pot with the stir. That's what the symbol represents in pharmacy. And you know what the Greek word for what's the Greek word I'm talking about?
Pharmakia.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got you right here.
Oh, you got it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Watch this.
I can't think of the word, but it's a Greek word.
It's pharmakia.
Pharmakia, yeah.
Pharmakia.
I forgot what word it goes to. Oh no, sorcery. That's what it is.
Yup.
It's sorcery.
You talking about this one too?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Yeah.
I forget the name of these. This is called. You got it?
Yeah.
Watch this.
This is Strong's G5331.
So this is sorcery or witchcraft, right? Read. This is the Greek word that the Bible that's in Revelation, right? Read.
Galatians 5.
Oh, okay.
It says pharmakia.
Pharmakia. What does that sound like? Pharmacy or pharmaceuticals, right? Read.
The use of the administrating of drugs, poisoning, sorcery, magical arts, often found in connection with idolatry. Metaphor, the deceptions and seductions of idolatry.
So yeah, so it goes back to witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? And that's what drugs are, bro. And our people that are selling drugs to each other or selling drugs to our people, they're literally sorcerers, man. God's gonna punish them for participating in it. You know what I mean?
So you're saying not to take like drugs? Is that like all drugs, like prescription drugs, or like doctors?
Listen, we're not saying. Look, there's certain prescription drugs, like say if you just got operated on. You know what I mean?
Like Tylenol and stuff like that. Like,
we're not.
I mean, that's not strong enough to
No,
help you in that.
we're not. Look, we're not gonna.
If you have to take prescriptions,
Yeah.
of course, you might have to go that route.
Yeah.
Pain. You have a pain threshold. Like you got. Like, come on, bro. Like, if you hurt yourself bad enough, they're gonna give you something that's
Yeah.
high up that you can only get in the pharmacy.
Absolutely.
There's Tylenol 800 milligrams. They don't sell that over the counter. They got 200 milligrams. I think they got 400 milligrams over the counter maximum. I worked in the pharmacy. They got 600, 800,
which
in the
one?
pharmacy.
Tylenol codeines or what?
No, regular Tylenol.
okay.
Like the Tylenol 800
Oh,
milligrams.
yeah, I know what
they
you're
got,
talking about.
You got to get it in the pharmacy. They have regular Tylenol over the counter. I think 250, 300, 400 maximum, I think.
Yeah.
But of course, they might give you that. But let's say you got some back spasms or nerve ending pain.
Or say a
that's not
broken
gonna help you.
bone.
Yeah,
like
you need something higher than that.
Dilatin, you know what I'm saying? Or something like Oxycontin or something like that. Look, bro, we're not like the Jehovah's Witnesses. The Jehovah's Witnesses will tell you no.
Yeah, to suffer in silence.
Suffer in silence, or no blood transfusions, or you just, bro. You know how many of them died in the hospital because of that? Like, you know what I mean? No, the Book of Sirach tells us don't despise the physician, because God created him for that. You know what I mean? God made that person a doctor for a reason. You know what I mean? And God did that. You know what I'm saying? Look, so we're not saying don't take it, like if you really need it, but we're not saying don't abuse it and stay on it after you don't need it no more. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Give me that in Sirach about the physician.
Sirach 38. Honor a physician with the honor due unto him, for the uses which ye may have of him, for the Lord had created him.
The Lord created him. God made him a doctor for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Now, about just giving medications out nowadays, like how the pharmaceutical industry works today, they want to give you a pill for everything. Now, we're telling our people there to tread lightly. You know what I'm saying? They try to have my son on medication hella young because he was just a little boy. I remember back in the days, like schoolyard fights, like it was nothing. You're a boy. Now they're saying it's early signs of aggression, and they want you to go talk to somebody and give them pills. You know what I'm saying? ADD pills or whatever. They were telling our people to tread lightly. They were telling our people to be awake, because they will try to poison your children and give them a pill for damn everything. You know what I'm saying? So everything that back in the days was just a little schoolyard fight for boys, it's an early sign of aggression, and then now they need medication. Nah. That's fine. That's witchcraft right there. You know what I'm saying? Yup.
That'll hurt their immune system. That'll hurt their psyche later on.
Their psyche and everything.
That's mainly what. That's why it's sorcery for real, because it affects your chemical imbalance as well.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? That's why you see people bugged out of their brain on drugs. Like that's what a sorcerer is supposed to do. Bug you the hell out to where you can't even think straight. You know what I mean? Like you get body aches for coming down, and you see them. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. People bending over a hunchback, like bro, that's crazy, bro. But go ahead.
Yeah, that's what we got. So you got any other questions?
Well, I noticed here it says that Mexicans are
Issacharites,
how do you guys,
yeah.
know that? I guess how do you know all these lineages?
How do we know? Through prophecy, yeah, absolutely.
That's a great question, because we did mention that, but before we go, we can touch on that. I'm gonna read the prophecy to you first, and we're gonna go into the history. Genesis 49 and 14. Issachar is a strong ass, couching down between two burdens. What do you think that means? What's an ass?
Donkey.
A donkey? Are donkeys in Mexico?
What?
Are donkeys in Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he saw that rest was good. What does that sound like?
Say that again.
And he saw that rest was good. Rest. Like resting. What? How does that correlate to Mexicans today? Siesta. Don't they take siestas out there? Yeah. And the land that it was pleasant, and bowed his shoulder to bear, and became a servant unto tribute. Now guess what Issachar means in Hebrew? Let me get it for you. It's cold.
Remember, he became a servant. He became a servant unto tribute, meaning he gives his services as an employee, basically a hard worker. You know what I'm saying? And that's going back to the donkey too, right? And especially in between two burdens, where is Mexico at? You know what I'm saying? In between two. The whole thing is that the Issacharites are very strong, very hard workers, bro. You know what I mean? And where's that part? Where's that place in Mexico about the donkey?
doesn't say that here. Hold on, let me see.
Do what?
See, look. See the translation, huh?
When he was named.
Oh, okay. Let me go here. I got you.
Some places in
why
Mexico,
does
don't
it
they?
say that
They celebrate a donkey out there too. There's a certain place in Mexico too. You know what I mean? I forget where. It was a certain day of the year that they celebrate the donkey. You got it?
Yeah. Oh, it says Otumba, Mexico. It says with races, rides, costumes, and even a polo match, locals in Mexican town Otumba honor donkeys with their own special day on May 1st.
So like a donkey is a very special symbol to Mexicans. You know what I mean? And like I'm saying, they hired themselves out as tribute, and we understand that Mexicans are literally the hardest workers on earth. Like today, like there was a what's it called? And they seen there was like a study or whatever, and they seen who puts more work hours in the workforce in the United States than Mexicans. So Mexicans, Americans supersedes everybody really.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the Hebrew for Issachar. I'm gonna go to the verse. Hold on. It says Genesis 30:18, and Leah said, "God have given me my hire, because I have given my maiden to my husband," and she called his name Issachar. Now that's the English word. Obviously, Hebrew is Issachar, and this translation I don't really like it, but it says there is recompense. What does recompense mean?
Recompense?
Recompense. What does that mean? Like payback. But literally, it means he is hired. That's what it means. Meaning what? You get hired for everything. That's why you do yard work, you do construction, you got restaurants. What don't y'all do? That's a spiritual trait that God gave y'all. But let's go back to the prophecy, Genesis 49, and let's break it down. Like we gave you some reference points, but let's just read it. I'm gonna break it down. Genesis 49:14. Issachar is a strong ass, which is a donkey, couching down between two burdens. Like he said, what are the two burdens? If you look at a donkey, it has what? The two things on its
Side bags.
But guess what? It's talking about you as a people. As you as a people, what are the two burdens around you guys right now? North America and Central and South America. That makes sense, right? Now let's keep going. And he saw that rest was good. I already said that siesta. And the land that it was pleasant. We know you guys grow a lot of crops there. Obviously, there's some resorts there, but it's mainly about the agriculture. You know what I mean? And bowed his shoulder to bear and became a servant under tribute. Meaning what? You guys work for your money everywhere you go. You know what I mean? So that's just one prophecy. Now, are you familiar with Mexican religion back in that time, the Mexica religion?
No.
So you're not familiar? You heard of Quetzalcoatl?
Yeah, I've heard of that.
What is that?
It's like it's either like a
snake god,
snake,
serpent
yeah,
god, right? Is that in the Bible? Of course it is.
It is?
Yeah. The Most High, the guy is perfect, bro. I'm telling you, it gets cold when you start studying for real. That's what I'm saying. Like when you go to the Christian church, they're not gonna dive in like this. Oh, you got another umbrella, for brother. You over standing in the rain. Let's go to Isaiah the 6th chapter. Here you go, your umbrella, bro.
I got an umbrella.
Oh,
I can use it though.
You want me to?
you can just use it if you don't.
Can you get it out of my pocket for me? I can't reach.
Oh, your umbrella?
He said get his umbrella, bro.
Isaiah 6:1. In the year that King Uzziah died, I saw also the Lord sitting upon a throne, high and lifted up, and his train filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphims. Let's keyword that phrase. Each one had 6 wings. With 20 he covered his face, and with 20 he covered his feet, and with 20 he did fly. And one cried unto another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. And the posts of the door moved at the voice of him that cried, and the house was filled with smoke. Then said I, Woe is me, for I am undone, because I am a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people with unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Then flew one of the seraphims unto me, having a live,
The coal on his tongue.
Yeah, having a live coal in his mouth. What's coal used for?
It's for like I remember reading this in another verse. It was like it's like feed your enemy because you'll keep coal.
No. What is coal literally used for though?
Fire, right? Or like just
What else though?
It's good for fire, but it's also good for something else.
oh with water, right?
Yeah, cleansing.
water?
To cleansing
Yeah,
and
Yeah,
to
so
purify.
that's what's represented here. So let's see what it's talking about. Having a live coal in his hand, which he had taken with the tongs from off the altar. Verse 7, and he laid upon my mouth and said, Lo, this have touched thy lips, and thy iniquity is taken away, and thy sin purged. So let's take a step back. Because there's another prophecy I'm going to go to. Well, I'm touching it in a second. Who cleanses sins in the Bible?
God,
Who else?
just Jesus.
Yeah.
When he died for us.
So this is talking about a future prophecy of Jesus. How do we know? It's another prophecy in
But it's
Isaiah.
not an angel, right? The seraphim or angel.
Yeah, Christ is an angel, right?
An angel.
Isn't he an angel?
Angel?
The Bible calls him an angel. The
Where?
angel of the Lord in certain aspects. You heard that before?
No, I've never heard.
Who appeared to Moses in the burning bush?
An angel of the Lord.
Yeah, that was Christ. That's just in the New Testament, right? I am. Is God's name I am?
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's not.
No?
That's not God's name.
What is
When
it,
you look
like,
up Lord
I
in
am?
Hebrew, it's the Tetragrammaton, YHWH. I am isn't YHWH. So the angel of the Lord is Jesus. Before Abraham was, I am. Christ said that, right? The angel is the I am, not the Father. The Father's name is Yahweh, or Yahweh. People call him Yahweh. We call him Yahweh with the ancient Paleo Hebrew. That's the Father's name. Christ's name is not the Tetragrammaton. So that's how we know he's not the Most High God. You know what I mean? But that's not the topic. But how he proved he's an angel? 1 Corinthians 10 says what? What's Paul say? Let's just read it real quick. 1 Corinthians 10 and 1. Let's read. 1 Corinthians 10 and 1. Moreover, brethren, I would not that ye should be ignorant, how that all our fathers were under the cloud, and all passed through the sea, and were all baptized into Moses in the cloud and in the sea. It's talking about Corinthians, though, but it's referencing what happened to the Israelites. So that means what? The Corinthians are Israelites. Right?
Yeah.
Because the Romans didn't pass the Red Sea with Moses. Paul's talking to the Israelites, but they're in Corinth. So that's how you know the Gentiles are Israelites. But that's another topic. And did all eat the same spiritual meat? Verse 4. And did all drink the same spiritual drink? So they drank of that spiritual rock that followed them, and that rock was Christ.
See?
So was that God following them, or is it called the angel following them?
Yeah.
It's the angel. The angel followed the Israelites in the wilderness. The fire by night, and the pillar of cloud by day, right? That was an angel. Christ is the angel. You know what I mean? But what other point did I make?
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
actually,
Isaiah. I got a book for you.
I got the Hebrew right here too. So the Hebrew word right here for seraph, right? It's H8314, and it's seraph, right? Seraph, a serpent, a fiery serpent. So we know that Quetzalcoatl was a serpent, right? A serpent, not even a deity, right? But they believe also that he was a person also. Look, this is the crucifixion, the crucified Quetzalcoatl, right here. Look, just like Christ, no? Look,
How do they know about that?
pierced in the side
That's,
too.
that's before colonization too. How do they know about that? If they're not Israelites, how they draw that before the white man came? That's before the white man came. They drew that.
They actually knew of it. You know what I'm saying? And look, carrying his cross just like Christ.
Quetzalcoatl.
Yeah.
Now, how would they find that out? Unless they're not Israelites. They knew about Christ long before the white man came. But of course,
The prophecy of them and everything, right?
Yeah.
They understood because they are of the children of Israel, and through their oral sayings of of their past, they understood of a Messiah man that was going to be crucified. You know what I'm saying? For the children of God, for the children of Israel, but they renamed them as Quetzalcoatl. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? That how if they're not the children of Israel, how would they know about this character? How would they know about this man? You know what I'm saying?
and they got taught by who came over after 70 AD? Shashab.
Oh,
Who came from Masada and taught the natives here.
The SICARII,
The
right?
SICARII. The Israelites, the Jews.
Yup.
Came over after the temple fell in 70 AD and came to the Americas because they already knew about the Americas.
And it's a trip because like they went to the Navajo or they went to the to who?
Cherokee.
To the Cherokees. And the SICARII men were known as dagger men. And guess what? The Cherokee and the what's it called? The one I just named? They're all good at with knives, bro. You know what I'm saying? So we understood that in antiquity, after the fall of 70 AD, when the Romans attacked and destroyed the temple in Jerusalem, they held that at Masada, a place called Masada. It was perfectly, what's it called? A fortress. You know what I'm saying? On the side of a mountain and everything. But a group of them escaped and came here to the Americas. Watch this.
All right, this is says from tracingthetribe.com, right? It says this story has been kept alive among our Cherokee people that the SICARII who escaped from Masada are some of our ancestors who managed to cross the water to this land and later became known as Cherokees. Please note the phonetic resemblance of SICARII and Cherokee or SICARII.
They even carry the same name for SICARII or SICARII. You know what I'm saying? And you know we take up we take up that name in the spirit of our ancestors. You know what I'm saying?
That's in the Bible. It's literally in the Bible, but that's an ancient sect of Jews that were basically like revolutionary. You know what I mean? That's the spirit we take on today because we're not trying to be in America. You know what I mean? We're revolutionary spiritually though, using the Bible as our weapon because you know the Bible says what? There's going to be a great falling away. People are going to not endure sound doctrine and have doctrines of devils. The doctrine of devil, to us, is Christianity, Islam, anything that's not of what we're teaching. Because like I said, we talk to all these people every day. And if you go on YouTube, thousands of videos, bro. You're going to see us talking to all types of Christians, high and low, pastors of 30 years. I just talked to one. I put that video out like last week. Couldn't answer no questions. Like, you've been a pastor 30 years, so you can't, like, what are you doing? That's how it works. Like, once you start getting into the real deal and really ask some particular questions, they don't get asked questions in the church that I asked you earlier. I like to ask questions and say, okay, we'll wait to the end. But guess what? When you really want to dialogue with them and get to nitty gritty and try to come with a different understanding, like this is what an old lady told me not too long ago. She's like, sometimes the devil gets on you and puts spirits on you. I'm like, what? Just because I don't agree with you? I got spirits on me now? Like, no, I studied the Bible. We're going through the Hebrew, the Greek, the history, the archaeology. She don't do that. No Christian pastor's going to do that. But let me read this. This is a book called what? This is the code. The 10 Commandments discovered in America before Christ. You know what this is at? What is this? Huh? No, it's on a rock in the middle of New Mexico. The 10 Commandments in Hebrew. Who wrote this?
Literally on the side of a mountain.
It's on the side of a mountain in Hebrew in the middle of New Mexico, in the middle of nowhere. If the people in America aren't Israelites, how they get this?
No way, really?
Look it up. The Los Lunas Stone. Look it up on your phone.
I'll look at what
Los Lunas Stone.
Yeah. Los Lunas.
Los Lunas Stone. The 10 Commandments in Paleo Hebrew right there on the side of a mountain. Let's go into the book page. Let's see what it says about Quetzalcoatl. Let's read page 9. Finally, there was also a report of the existence of a third inscription found on Hidden Mountain, which was translated by the late Dr. Robert Pfeiffer of Harvard in 1948. Isn't that ironic? What happened in 1948? Them Jewish people went into Israel, them fake Jews.
It made their own nation there.
The missing inscription is reported to have been, what is this? It says modern Hebrew, but it looks like the Paleo. But I don't know what that letter is. I don't know what that is. This is the modern though. Reading right to left, the phrase would be translated as Temple of Tony, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know why it says this like that's crazy.
No, it's Hikil Betni.
Temple of Tony.
Yeah.
In Hebrew means either my sea serpent or sea serpents. This phrase hardly seems to fit the context of the other inscriptions, and even if it was a vague reference to Kukulkan, feathered serpent,
the Kulkan,
known among the tribes of Central America, it would be inappropriate for worshippers of Yahweh. If, however, Dr. Pfeiffer mistakenly read the M, a letter variant also used in the 10 Commandment inscription at Hidden Mountain, As an end, a much more logical sentence emerges. So meaning what? The people that wrote this are Israelites. Secondly, it translates to sea serpent or my sea serpent because Quetzalcoatl, Kukulkan, obviously those are Aztec and Mayan deities, but they're the same deity. Why? Because they're the same people. But it's translated as feathered serpent. It was a seraphim, a fiery flying serpent. What's it flying with? Feathers. Bruh, it's all there, bro. This is archaeology. And there's way more archaeology in Hebrew in the Americas. In Ohio, Michigan, Virginia, Georgia. Bro.
Puerto Rico.
You gotta dive in, bro. I'm telling you. Puerto Rico's, they found 800 Hebrew inscriptions in Puerto Rico. Because those are, what, the Edomites? Like it says on the sign. You know what I mean? So, that's how you tie it all in. Like, of course, if we just want to read the Bible and just say what we want to say, you don't know nothing. You go, oh, really? But guess what? We're proving it with archaeology now. Going to the history. You know what I mean? He read the history. I got the book on archaeology. It's right here. The Jews over there don't speak this language. This is the ancient Paleo Hebrew, like on my staff. Look. This is ancient Paleo Hebrew. Issachar. That's Jesus Christ's Hebrew name. What does it say? What is my name? And then Yahweh. This is Tetragrammaton. This is Paleo Hebrew, just like what's on here. It's ancient Hebrew. How did it get here?
Yeah.
If the Egyptians didn't write it, the white man didn't write this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just one aspect. Because when you study the history of how the Israelites got split up, what we read earlier, right? Northern Kingdom went to Assyria. Where'd they go after Assyria? They came over to the Americas because they already knew about America. Why? Because when we were doing trade with the Canaanites were more seafarers. They were seafarers, so they already traveled all over the place. So King Solomon and King Hiram had an agreement, go over there and get the goods. Let me read it, actually. It's getting kind of cold. We gotta.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
that too.
We can finish with this or a couple more. What's that?
How often you guys come here?
Every Friday. First Friday we in Oakland, but every 3 Fridays out of the month we here. And then Saturday we in San Francisco.
I think they're done with first
First Friday's over, so yeah, we're gonna be here every Friday from now on. Let me read something to you to show you how get that in second Esdras, Bishop. 1 Kings 10 and 21. And all King Solomon's drinking vessels, 22. For the king had at sea a navy of Tarshish with the navy of Hiram. Hiram is a king of Canaan, which is Africans, quote unquote. Once in 3 years, you hear that? Once in 3 years, keep that in mind, came the navy of Tarshish, bringing gold and silver, ivory and apes and peacocks. So from Israel to wherever they went, it took them 3 years there and back. So a year and a half that way, a year and a half this way. Now let's see, this is the part of the Bible they took out. Go ahead and read that.
Well, this is 2 Esdras 13 and 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea the king, whom Salmanassar, the king of Assyria, led away captive, and he carried them over the waters, and so came they into another land. But they took this counsel among themselves that they would leave the multitude of the heathen.
So when they got took into captivity by the Assyrians, and this is archaeologically proven that they literally have steles of the deportation of the Israelites into Assyria when the Assyrian king enslaved them. You can see that in archaeology today. Read. So when they get there, right, they took a counsel among themselves. They understood that they went into slavery because they were breaking God's laws. Right. Read.
And go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
They said to themselves, we need to remove ourselves from everyone if we want to start keeping God's laws. Read.
That they might there keep their statutes, which they never kept in their own land.
Read.
And they entered into Euphrates.
They entered into the Euphrates River. Read.
By the narrow places of the river.
By the narrow places of the river.
For the Most High then showed signs for them and held still the flood till they were passed over. For through that country there was a great way to go.
From the Euphrates River all the way to the place that they went to, which is in the Americas, it was a great voyage, right? Remember, year and a half right here, right? Read.
3 years.
Oh, 3 years. 3 years because it's
There and back.
there and back. Read.
Namely, of a year and a half.
Of a year and a half. So they went to this place and it took a year and a half, right, for this voyage. Read.
And the same region is called Arsareth.
That place is called Arsareth. Arsareth goes back to it's a compound word of 2 Hebrew words meaning the other land. Watch for Christopher Columbus. These so-called Jewish people, they tell on themselves a lot. They always tell on themselves. They're good record keepers too, you know what I'm saying? But they always tell on themselves. So this is out of the Jewish Encyclopedia, which is in Encyclopedia Judiaca, right? So it says, the name of the land beyond the great river, far away from the inhabitation of men, in which the 10 tribes of Israel will dwell, observing the laws of Moses until the time of the restoration. According to 2 Ezra 13 and 45, which he just read, Christopher Columbus identified America with this land. Arsareth. Did you read Arsareth?
Yeah, you read it.
So Christopher Columbus identified Arsareth as the Americans, man.
And that's how you know the 10 tribes came here. That's why you find Hebrew artifacts in America, like I just showed you in the book. And that's not the only one. This is another cool one, the Chief Joseph Stone. And we can end with this. I'm going to read this. In 1877, the respected leader of the Nez Perce tribe surrendered to the U.S. government. At his surrender, Chief Thunder rolling down the mountain, known by his Christian name Joseph, presented General Nelson Appleton Miles with a pendant, a 1-inch square clay tablet with writings unrecognizable to General Miles. The writing, which was translated by Dr. Robert D. Biggs, a Syriology professor at the University of Chicago.
Assyria. Remember, we were in captivity in Assyria.
Turned out to be a sales receipt dating back, I don't agree with the date, I'm not even going to say the date, in Assyria. It says 2042 BC, which is way too early. But anyways, way too early. But it says, it's a picture of it. Chief Joseph Stone. The Chief Joseph tablet. It's Assyrian writing on there. But he's a Native American. How did a Native American get an Assyrian cuneiform tablet if they weren't over there in Assyria with the Israelites? As Israelites. Of course they're Israelites, but let's keep reading. Chief Joseph said the tablet had been passed down in his family for many generations, but then obviously this is the question that they pose. How would his family come into possession of a nearly 4,000-year-old tablet, which I don't agree with the date? According to Chief Joseph, they inherited it from their white ancestors, which is another blasphemous claim. You know what I mean?
This is the writer right here.
Yeah, that's some interpretation. But let me read this. Other tablets with the Assyrian connection have been found in throughout North America. Why? Because you guys came from over there. People say, "Oh, you guys came from the Bering Strait." What? What are you talking about?
The Bering Strait theory has been debunked a long time ago.
That's the one where it's like Russia and
Siberia, like 30 below.
Bro,
really?
just think about it. If that was a land bridge or an ice bridge, bro, and we're migrating through it, nothing grows there, right? And if nothing grows there, there's no animals to kill there. Mm-hmm. It's pure tundra. Like for a mass migration, dude, we would have died on the way over here.
Yeah, it's frozen to death.
It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous theory, and it goes back to a racist theory. You know what I'm saying? And I think the Pope did that.
Yeah, I remember one of the Catholic friars, I think.
Yeah.
But anyways, since you're reading this, other tablets with an Assyrian connection have been found throughout North America. A tablet similar in size and appearance to the Chief Joseph tablet was found in 1963 in northwestern Georgia near the Chattahoochee River. Like the Chief Joseph tablet, this one was a receipt for the sale of the sheep and goats that were to be used in a ceremonial sacrifice. Who sacrificed sheep and goats? Israelites in the Bible. They did that over there in Assyria because that's the custom of the Israelites. We don't need to read no more. It's all here. Yeah. It all ties in, bro. Now go to ask a Christian pastor about this. They're like, what? Huh?
It doesn't matter no more.
Yeah. All you gotta do is believe. But you know, bro, that's how it works, though, bro.